Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. In this post, I want to talk about the ESPYS, ESPN Sports Awards show, a lot like the Oscars, Grammys, except for these ones are for sports awards. Last night, those were shown on ESPN, and the show began with a joke at Russell Wilson's expense. I want to show you how this joke is part of the same joke that was the Super Bowl, which every year is a giant joke and people need to wake up to. It's sad to think that the biggest TV event in the nation, watched by hundreds of millions of people, it goes unnoticed that the games are completely rigged. A complete joke. Super Bowl 47, Truth Seeker, was the one between the 49ers and the Baltimore Ravens, which featured a 33-minute blackout. On this blog, I talk about how the numbers 33, 47, and 74 are coded all together. That was Super Bowl 47 with a 33-minute blackout. And we're talking about the NFL here, which had its first Super Bowl in the 47 season, and also a league which is ran by Zionist Masons who believe in conquering through dividing. And the NFL itself was for the first time divided into two conferences in the year 33. Anyhow, skipping ahead to Super Bowl 49, it ended in joke fashion the same way Super Bowl 47 did. That Super Bowl was where the 49ers lost to the Ravens by calling very idiotic plays at the goal line and then losing the game when all they had to do was run the ball in with Frank Gore, which should have easily been done for the win. The 49ers should have won Super Bowl 47. The Seahawks should have won Super Bowl 49. But it's not really worth talking about these things because they're rigged spectacles. They finish the way they are because that's how it was written. The games are predetermined. And if you doubt that, let me get into the point I'm about to make. So ESPYS has a Pythagorean gematria of 21. And everything about Super Bowl 49 closed with the number 21. It ended with Russell Wilson's 21st pass of the game. He finished the game 12 for 21. His 21st pass came on the down of 2nd and 1 and was intercepted by number 21 with 21 seconds left in the game on the date of 2-1 or February 1st. Aside from all these 21s, it was the very first time all season, not all game, not all playoffs, all season. This was the 19th game of the season for the Seahawks and Patriots. They both entered the game 14-4 in Glendale, Arizona, which has a gematria of 144. The phrase mark of the beast equals 144. Anyhow, first time all season the Seahawks passed on the 1-yard line. And why do they not pass on the 1-yard line? Because they have a player named Marshawn Lynch, the hardest running back in the league. Pretty much impossible to tackle for a loss. Always gets at least 1 yard on his gain. And the Seahawks had 2nd and 1 with a timeout to spare. A perfect opportunity to run the ball in. Instead, they passed for the first time all season. And the ball was intercepted by number 21, a rookie who for the first time all season played on the goal line. This undersized cornerback who's never played on the goal line all season gets inserted to go on the goal line for the game time play. Truth Seeker, you have to be an idiot to not see how rigged this is. And most sports fans are complete morons. I mean, I thought since I was a little kid that pro sports are obviously rigged. It just seemed apparent to me as a little kid who played sports. I often saw adults when I was a child making mistakes, crucial mistakes in games that I thought, man, even as a little kid, I'd know not to make that mistake. These guys are, millionaires, get paid tons of money to be pros, and they make these stupid mistakes, costing games? It's because it's all a rigged spectacle. And sadly, we live in a nation of morons. But anyway, all this 21 crap, this is the opening joke. Joel McHale made a joke about Russell Wilson's failures at the end of the Super Bowl, that he should have handed it off. All the 21s at a festival with a 21 gematria. What else? So, that's not the first time a joke about the Super Bowl has been brought up in an awards. For the Grammys earlier this year, they had Malcolm Butler, the player who wore the number 21 that made the game-winning interception. They had him go there to intercept a Grammy that was going to be given to someone else. He intercepted it and instead gave it to Beck. And what's the gematria of Beck? What else? 21. And look at how our media does us. Malcolm Butler intercepts, and then they like to put that around there. Grammy envelope with Julian Edelman's help. And this was the 57th Grammys that he did this at. Intercepts equals 57. What else? Zionist Jews, gematria, numerology. This is their game. This is how they're exposed. This is how we can wake up the sheepish masses. The people who come in here and think that what I'm saying is lunacy, a joke. If they go through my videos, watch the examples one after the next, it becomes undeniable what a big joke we're all participating in and so many are not awake to. Undeniable. Beck's album that he won the award for, look when it was released. February 21st. February 21st. What else? Look how long the album runs, Truth Seeker. 47 minutes. Remember, 47 is a very important number to the Zionists. Very important number. The first Super Bowl was in the 47th season, as I said. It was the 47th Super Bowl that had the 33-minute blackout. Are you getting it now? Why number 21 intercepted this album for Beck, the artist with the name gematria of 21? Also, Truth Seeker, this was his 12th studio album, his 12th. And 12 was a big number in this last year's Super Bowl. Tom Brady became the most winningest quarterback, going 4-2, starting in Super Bowls, 4 wins, 2 losses, first QB to start in 6 Super Bowls. His only 2 losses came against the New York Giants, and just moments before the game started, it was announced that the part owner, the woman, died for the New York Giants. How suspicious. Part owner of the team, the Giants, the only team Tom Brady's ever lost to, dies in the opening minutes before the game. And the last time the Super Bowl was in Glendale, Arizona, it was Patriots versus Giants there. Let's watch this final play of the game. Notice there the down is 2nd and 1, Truth Seeker. The 1 yard line, Marshawn Lynch just ran from the 5 to the 1. Then they call a shotgun of all plays. Just all part of the very obvious, deliberate hoax. Here we go.
Play clock at 5. Pass is intercepted.
Pass is intercepted at the goal line. Russell Wilson threw it right to number 21. Let's watch it again. Number 21 knows what's coming on this play. Watch how number 21 reacts. He's right here. Watch this.
Play clock at 5. Pass is intercepted at the...
You see it, Truth Seeker? Do you see it? That was the first time all season the Seahawks passed on the 1. First time all season number 21 is on the goal line. Now in real life, if this was a real game and not a rigged spectacle, they would have recognized that this undersized cornerback rookie's on the field. They would have audibled to another formation, and they would have ran with the player they call the beast mode right over him into the end zone to take the lead and likely win the game. And I'll show you one more thing, Truth Seekers. Seattle's on the 47th parallel, this special number. The Space Needle in Seattle, its most famous landmark, does a 47-minute rotation. It has a restaurant that rotates on the Space Needle. Every 47 minutes it does a full rotation. And they call Marshawn Lynch the Beast up here, which is a word with 47 gematria. Beast. That's what it's all about. 12th man. It's all part of the sick joke, this numerology joke. All the fans in Seattle who think they have any impact, they do not. 12th man's a joke. Seattle needs to wake up. There's more important things in the world than football. If you come up here, you'll see what a joke this city is. Everybody dressed in Seahawks jerseys. Everybody with 12th man flags on their car. It's pathetic, Truth Seeker. At an age where we need to be awake and overcoming all the injustices of the world, the people are asleep and sending their money back to the Zionist Jews, supporting them with their rigged football games and everything else. Totally pathetic. Also, I'll remind you that Bobby Christina Brown, Whitney's daughter, was found practically dead in a bathtub the night before the game at the age of 21, and her name gematria is 21, Truth Seeker. Whitney Houston also has all sorts of connections to the New England Patriots, which weirds me out in a lot of ways. Now here, to do a little change, I'm going to share something with you. And some of you might think I'm crazy for this, but in the time I've been doing this research, I've been asking myself, why do these people code these numbers so much? What do they know? What is so important? And I think just moments before the end rigged spectacle of the game, we saw something that might show us why these numbers are so important. There was this play that set up the goal line finish. I do not think that goal line finish was supposed to happen. I think the final interception was supposed to happen somewhere around midfield, like how Peyton Manning has often gone out in Super Bowls with purposeful interceptions. Peyton Manning accepted the first ESPY last night. Just think about it, Truth Seeker. The two sons of a former NFL quarterback have won, pretty much all the Super Bowls that Tom Brady hasn't won in the last decade. And they're both complete goobers, Eli and Peyton. People think they're so great. It's because the league is a joke, Truth Seeker. Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, it's all rigged. Can't believe people can't see through it. But anyway, this is what I want to tell you. I really think that God works through numbers. And I think that these Zionists, through thousands of years, through paying attention, through doing exactly what I've done for all my life, pay attention, trying to figure out what the hell's going on in this mad world, I think they figured out that God has certain numbers. And there are numbers that are important to God. And God works by these numbers. And I think God might have even tried to intervene to show the world what a lie this is, that we need to wake up to the lies that are upon us. If you don't remember this miracle catch, it was a 33-yard gain. Let's watch, Truth Seeker. I don't think this was scripted, but this might have been how God speaks. By doing this, he set up the goal line play that should have given away the gimmick that was the way the end of the Super Bowl ended. Here we go.
Russell in the pocket. Russell for Curse, and it's broken up again. And is it? But somehow, did he win?
Wow, he even went out of bounds with a minute 06. That's trippy. But that play right there, Truth Seeker, that was a 33-yard gain, if I have it up here. Oh, I don't have the stats up, but I mean, you can look it up. That was truly a 33-yard gain, and it's so strange because that's a number that likes to get quoted all the time. In the Super Bowl prior, Super Bowl 48, it was the first Super Bowl ever hosted on the 33rd day of the year. The Seahawks are one of few teams with a 33 name gematria. They won their first Super Bowl on that day. I think that was all part of the rigging. But in this play right here, unless these guys are just the ultimate scripters, I mean, if they scripted this, my mind's blown. But let's just watch it one more time.
In the pocket. Russell for Curse, and it's broken up again. And is it? But somehow.
Had that play not happened, they would have still been stuck at midfield. I suspect the game-ending interception would have taken place back there and not looked highly suspicious like it did on the goal line. Because again, the Seahawks had never ran on the goal line all season. Malcolm Butler never played on the goal line. But I highly suspect it was supposed to end with his 21st pass being intercepted by number 21. Also, Truth Seeker, part of the sick joke, I did a video post on how the Caitlyn Jenner thing was all centered around the number 53. Go back and watch that video. But yesterday they had Caitlyn on the stage to accept the award for courage. I mean, are we seriously saying this is a society? It's courageous to change your sex? What a joke. Anybody who agrees with that is just, they're brainwashed. That's not brave. Oh, man, I live in Seattle. I know all sorts of people disagree with me up here, but I mean, we're not supposed to be mutilating ourselves. We have to accept who we are, who were born into this world. God doesn't intend for us to reconfigure ourselves. That's the work of madmen. But look at this. He accepted the Arthur Ashe Award for courage. Arthur Ashe has the exact same gematria of Star of David. Perfect. 47, 56, 119. That's what the Zionist Jew symbol sums to. This is all part of the Zionist Jew sick joke. ESPYS has Pythagorean gematria of 21, simple English of 84, just like the name Caitlyn, which connects to United States of America. And that's what all this propaganda is for, to destroy the minds of Americans. So I hope you're up to speed on why Russell Wilson was the opening joke of the ESPYs. Got to expose these Zionists at their game. All right, Truth Seeker, until next time. Encore Truth Seeker, I just want to pull up this box score for you, show you that miracle catch really was a 33-yard gain. Thrown with a minute 14, went out of bounds with a minute 06. All right, till next time.